I'm doing an air conditioning compressor on a Honda CRV. I'm going to be working in the wheel well area, and I'm going to be working under the front. And I'm going to need some light because I'm going to be working from the top also. So what I've hooked up is a light that my company sells. It's called the Goose-Grip Mechanics Work Light, and what you're looking at right here is a 5-inch cast aluminum suction cup that holds onto the windshield glass with a lot of power. It doesn't release unless the windshield was really dirty, but if you moisten the windshield a little bit, that'll stay like forever. And it's got a 36-inch long flexible metal gooseneck. We offer this light in 20 different color sleeves. This is just one of 20. And then it comes down to a 12-inch light stick. And this is 1300 lumens. These are the most expensive LED chips you can buy. They have a CRI of greater than 90. Sunlight is 100. These are greater than 90. And my company is Goose-Grip, and this is CO6061 aluminum. And this is a very, very special swivel, custom made, one at a time, just for me. It didn't exist. It allows this light stick to be able to pivot at any angle or any pitch. So you position it wherever you want in the engine bay, doesn't matter. And then you can pivot the light like an airplane propeller, and you could turn it like a ballerina. There's no better work light anywhere. There's no light that has articulation like this. Anyway, I'm going to put the light down by my air conditioning compressor so that I don't have to worry about a light in my face down there. It'll be coming in from the side. And I'm just going to take this, I'm going to bend it down into here. And you see now it's positioned down there. I'm going to turn the light on right here, and you'll get to see the kind of illumination that it's going to give me. I got to get to the air conditioning compressor bolts so I can turn this however I want, and I can butt it up against the fan, and it's not in my way. And now if I go under the car, a lot of you guys are doing this job on a lift, that's fine. But I'm a mobile mechanic and I do stuff on the ground. There's my AC compressor. There's my light, not in my way. And it's going to make this job pretty easy. Anyway, there's 3 other lights besides this one. So go to goosegrip.com and take a look. They're all lifetime warranty. I'm a small company, and I build each and every one of these lights one at a time with my own 2 hands. Anybody that's contemplating buying a light could literally call me on the same phone that I'm taking this video from, and you can ask me any question you want. If you ever break the light for any reason, I'll warranty it for life. But calm down. Doesn't mean I'm shipping lights all over the planet for nothing. If you break anything, I'll ship you the part that you need. But the caveat is you're going to pay the shipping. You're going to have some skin in the game, and that keeps everybody honest. But really, I don't care. If you break the battery housing, I'll ship you battery housing. You won't pay for the battery housing, but you'll probably pay $12 or $15 for me to ship you that. If you were to break the suction cup, the only way that's ever going to break is if you were to mount it on the side of the body, like here, while it was on a lift, and then you brought the light over to the wheel well. Guys put it up in the air, and they expect it to hold on to the door forever, and it lets go after like 40 minutes, and it hits the concrete, and then the aluminum gets distorted when it hits. So don't do that, okay? And if you are going to do that, you can, but put a moving blanket on the ground. But you break the gooseneck. If you were to break the wire, even if it's like your fault, I don't care. I don't care if you drive over it. If you break the light, I'll sell you the part. I'll ship you the part that you need, and you're just going to pay shipping. Pretty simple warranty. It lasts forever. I don't think there's any warranties like that go so smooth when you go and buy your $100 and $200 and $300 items off of the Snap-on or Matco truck. They usually take your item back, have it for a few weeks, and then it comes back fixed with a bill that's 2/3 of the cost of a new one. I'll keep these lights going for you forever. And how about you guys taking a serious look at this, because I'm fixing cars 45 years. And who would know better than me what needed to exist? I made this to make my job easier. Not harder, not to make a gazillion dollars in money. There's the light. You don't have a light. There's no other light on the planet that you can take and put it where you want and have it stay there. This is just unheard of. This is better than if you had a person holding a light for you. And I gotta be honest, this light's been underpriced for a really long time. And the reason it's been underpriced is because I've been trying not to cross the threshold of $200 for this light. But it's going to soon. So buy it before I increase the price, because it isn't going to go up like $10. It's going to take quite a jump, because there's not enough margin for me to sell this light in any other way other than off of my website. And if I want to scale and sell more of what these lights, I'm going to have to let third parties sell it. But when they sell it, they want to pay like 45% of the cost of the light. And, you know, then I don't make any money. It costs about $110, about $100 to build this light and raw materials. That doesn't even include my own assembly labor. So that's why the light has to go up in price. I kept it there because Milwaukee doesn't have a light that does anything like this. I know about all their lights. None of you can tell me that there's a light that's better, because I've purchased probably, I don't know, $3,000 worth of lights while I was developing this, and I used them all. And there's no light that can give you access like this. None. Now, for those of you that want to wear a light on your head, I'm not going to argue with you. You know, if you like that and you think it's great and you don't mind having a light beam moving around and your head never gets itchy, it never bothers you that you've got something on your head, then you're in that class where you're not the majority, because every mechanic I ask doesn't like them. I don't like them. I want to be able to position a light on something and have it stay there. You know, supposing I want to work back there, but I don't want to hold a light. Here's the gooseneck. That's what we do. We move it to the back, and then we turn the light and position it how we want. Okay? You want to work on the belts over here? Take the gooseneck, bend it around, position it over the belts. Okay? Some cars, you can even take this thing and attach it to a headlight and work like to get your AC condenser bolts access to and be able to see them. Anyway, there's 3 other lights besides this one. This is the biggest seller, but there's 3 other lights. I'm not going to demonstrate any of those lights in this video. This is the one that's purchased the most, and this allows you to work freely with your 2 hands while having something illuminated really, really well, without you having to wonder how the light is going to get close enough to what you need to see. This light is only 14 millimeters wide, and it's only 8 millimeters thick, almost 9 millimeters thick. The swivel is a stainless steel swivel, Like I said, made just for me. It's not an off-the-shelf item. And this light's waterproof. And if it gets ugly and dirty, you can clean it with brake clean all you want. It ain't going to bother it. It's waterproof to 28 feet. Nobody's going to stick it underwater. But this light has literally saved me in so many situations. Me being a mobile mechanic for many, many years, I got tired of fighting gravity, trying to balance a light. And all of those lights, the Astro, Matco, Snap-ons, Mac, Harbor Freight that have magnets on the bottom, they're good. They can be good, yeah. As long as there's some metal around and as long as the body of the light doesn't get in your way. Which a lot of times it does. This light is so stealthy that it doesn't get in your way. You can put this in between things that no other light can go in between. Supposing you got to see something down in between all these hoses. You don't want to move nothing. I just take the light and I stick it down in there and I illuminate everything. Nothing's in my way. I don't have to worry about holding a light. For those of you that are professionals that are doing this a lot of years, just what you've seen in this video should be able to show you the benefits over any light that you've ever used. It's not for every single job. No. If you have to put a battery in a car, you're not going to hook that up. But the other lights that I sell, you will. Because the other lights are, one is a similar light, but it's for when the car's on a lift and there's no flat spot. Instead of a suction cup, it's a vice grip. Clip it to the exhaust pipe and you have this similar setup with the gooseneck and the light. All the lights are available in 3 different battery platforms. This one happens to be Milwaukee M12, but you can also order this light in DeWalt 12 volt, which personally I like better, even though it's the same light. What I like about it is there's less risk of battery damage using M12 batteries. A lot of times that little side piece in there breaks off, not because of this light, because it's an M12. If you drop it and the battery hits the ground, it sometimes breaks off the thing. So the DeWalt batteries slide in like a shoe, and they're more protected. You can also order the light in Snap-on, 14.4 volt. It's $15 more for that light, but DeWalt and Milwaukee M12, the light is $199.99 plus shipping. Lifetime warranty on all of them. I make them one at a time here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And this is my other company. This is what I've been doing for a really long time. That's the phone number for my business that I fix cars, and that's the phone number for Goose-Grip products. And this is what I make, and it's an awesome light. It doesn't break. If it's not your thing, that's fine. You don't have to leave any dick comments. Just keep scrolling. But if you like it, how about supporting an old mechanic that's trying to retire from fixing cars for 45 years? And if the sales of the lights can increase, I'd be able to do that and go full-time into building these. I have hundreds of these lights out there already. I'm not going to say thousands because there's not thousands, but I have a substantial amount of sales of these lights, and it's only growing with each month. But I still have to make videos and hopefully hope that you guys see it. I designed everything. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours into trial and error until I came up with this design. And this design is basically bulletproof. I know that there's going to be some of you guys out there that are still going to find a negative here. You're going to say things like, oh, it'll get in your way. I don't know what you mean. Some of you just like to be arrogant just because you can't live with yourself. If somebody did design something nice, you just have to try to pee on it. I know that there's a small percentage of you that do that. Okay, whatever. But the majority should be able to see the awesomeness of a light that you can just put and have it stay where you want and not have to worry about it moving, unaffected by gravity. So this is the Goose-Grip vacuum suction plate light. It is on Goose-Grip.com. It is lifetime warranty. It has a lot of my blood, sweat, and tears. I build every single one of them myself. There are no employees. I build them. Anyway, go take a look and see what I got and buy the light. You won't regret it. If you buy the light and you get it and you open the box and for some reason you have an epiphany and something comes over you and you say, there's no way I can keep this light, as long as you don't use it, as long as it is unmolested in any way, send it back and I'll give you a refund. But you will eat the shipping. But I think that when you see it, when you see how it's built, you're going to be really, really impressed. I skimped on nothing. And all of the versions that I built that had weaknesses, I fixed them before I put it out for sale. Goose-Grip.com. Take a look. Thanks for listening.